clap. Do your thing. No, well, here we are, the good old state of Pennsylvania, or as Jonah calls it, Pennsyltucky, for Red Fox season 2023, fall 2023, because this will go into 24.
Yep.
This year was a little different. I ended up bringing 2 rifles. I brought my 17 WSM because it's a good old suppressed, and then I brought my 224 Valkyrie, and we've had a good time. What are some of the good things that have happened so far here in 2023, Junda?
Hunt season wise,
Yeah.
it's been good. It's been good. Fox been up, moving.
We're on day 8. Last
Day
night was night 8. We've been consistently hunting since the day I came in a little early this year. Came in on a Wednesday. Started hunting Friday night at midnight. Technically
Saturday morning.
So we get the night off, start off right. But we've consistently had a dead fox every night.
Yep.
We starting the week. We fought a few conditions. We started off with a little windy weather, a little bit of rain.
Fog
opening night.
Fog opening night.
Had some fog, but then we fought wind because we had a cold front move in before I got here, and then we had the heat come back. Here we are.
Sunny and 75.
Literally. Sunny and 75 here in Danielsville, PA. What's some of the things that have been working for you as far as calling in these crazy little creatures?
Distress, and more distress.
So we don't have to go into detail on your call list per se, but when it comes to call sequences, do you go more rabbit or more bird heavy? Especially because we are targeting fox. We're not targeting coyote.
Coyotes.
A lot of coyote hunters out there, but we are targeting fox. So what do you usually like to start with, bird or rabbit when you're starting to stand?
I'm normally with the birds. That's always my go-to. Honestly, a lot of these fox have been breaking later in the stand, getting into the rabbits. There is a plethora of rabbits this year. A lot of babies. I think we have multiple litters, so I think they're really tuned in on the eating rabbits right now. Killed a couple on bird, but yeah, mainly the rabbit sounds have been working, especially on the reds. So.
And we've had a few coyotes roll in.
Yep.
That's one of the things, your stand length. I mean, go into detail on what your average red fox stand, as far as how long are you from setup to the time you get off stand. What's your normal time span? Coyote hunters, they like to be on stand. Some guys will go 45 minutes.
Yep.
For me, I'm 20 and done. If they ain't here in 20 minutes, I'm out. But just kind of give a little rundown of what's your normal stand length.
Targeting fox, I mean, I'm not, again, a coyote can roll in on any stand, but I'm just not targeting coyotes. I like killing fox. It's a lot more action, and you get to cover ground. Average stand, I'm on 10-12 minutes. Nothing rolls in, boom, we're on to the next one, and try and make as many stands as you can in the night. Cover ground gives yourself more opportunity. If we are working one, or maybe a coyote sounds off or something, yeah, maybe we'll give it a little bit, try and work them in, but time is money, and might as well just cover as much ground as you can. So
with this moon, it's been a little bit hit and miss.
Yes.
Sometimes they're moving early, sometimes they've been moving late.
Depending on if we got cloud cover or not with the moon.
Which beginning part of the week, as the moon started to rise, we had more cloud cover.
It was good. But I mean, if you look Tuesday night, we killed the most. I mean, it was still pretty bright Tuesday night.
It was.
It wasn't terribly cold. It was nice. It was, in the high 40s, low 50s. So,
we have noticed as it's been heating up, because it was 75 today.
Yep.
I mean, Monday night we went out, it got down to 30s. That was our probably coolest night of the night, and then it slowly started to warm up as the week went on. And we started to notice movement change. As you look at, you got next week coming up. Of course, I live Monday.
We're going to be in the 20s next week.
Yeah, so what is your ideal temperature where you feel you see fox being more mobile and getting out and coming to the calls better?
30s, yeah. I mean, obviously, come late season, if we get in a big cold snap and it's, consistently cold and, highs in the 30s during the day, and you're talking in the teens at night, and if you don't have a lot of wind, I mean, it's game on. They're starving. They need the urge to stay warm and eat. They're on their feet. Late season, when you have temperatures like that, honestly, you can do no wrong. I mean, they're going to come. They're going to at least give you a look. So,
and we've seen a lot more fox than what we've shot. I mean, you've done your job, and that comes down to one of the things that Junda's always been about, and it kind of goes for me when he comes down and visits me. When he comes to visit me, it's about him shooting. when I come up here, it's about me shooting or whoever we take. We've been consistently taking somebody with us on any given night. You know, we hunted with Jaden, we hunted with
Howie,
Corey opening night, Jaden, hunted with Howie, hunted with Doug, Dane. You know, so we try to incorporate other folks because they have their own stands too that, you know, they like to call and they have different permission on. So we kind of stretch it out and kind of move around in different areas to try to get fresh ears. This early season, I honestly thought we'd call in more doubles and triples than what we have.
We only had one night back-to-back doubles.
Yeah, and then one night you called in 4 on one stand and then five on another stand. Those were the nights where we probably should have cut it off, you know, because once you start getting past that point of you're in the zone and then you try to push it, it seems like anytime we go to push it, something happens. It's either we miss, you know, it's always something.
Yep.
Something happens, and that's when we go, all right, it's time to call it. And a lot of guys like to keep pushing.
And you got to know when to do that.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason in educating them and burning up your stands. If you're just having a bad night, we'll go home and regroup and do it again the next night. I mean, really, we didn't have much of that going on at all. I mean, we've been really good. I mean, sleep-wise, I mean, it's probably the most sleep we've gotten in the time you've been up here. We've been good this week. I'm
not a guy who sleeps during the day. Sun up, I'm up kind of guy. So usually if I wake up, I'm not going to go back to sleep. Yeah. So, but you know, even though last night, what I'd probably say is the night before I only got about 5 hours, but I was tired, but I wasn't sleepy.
Right.
So it kind of worked out. But me coming up a couple days earlier, kind of getting ready, being relaxed, just going into it, we've definitely given ourselves more time to rest up and have good nights of calling. And you do run, so we didn't talk about the caller yet, but as many folks know, down in Texas, I run Lucky Duck.
Yep.
I like the vocals on the Lucky Duck. Rick Paulette makes some great sounds. You've come down and you've called with your Fox Pro, and we've had success here this last spring. You came down, you called in a couple dogs with your Fox Pro. I personally haven't had that same success over the years, but up here in PA, I must say, Fox Pro has the Fox sounds figured out, and just talk a little bit about your call and what the reasons why you like your call.
I've run Fox Pro since pretty much I started this. I don't know, I've been doing this for over 10 years now. I'm on my third call from Fox Pro. I mean, they're great calls. Their prey distress sounds for Fox are, I think, the best out there. I run an X-Wave, dual speakers. I'm a big volume guy. I mean, a lot of guys that I've called with in the past, they're very, they don't like casting sound out there real wide. But my thing is, I'll start off on, I'm not even starting off soft. I start right at medium. I give it 1-2 series. If I don't get eyes, boom, we're cranking it. I want to pull them from a couple hundred yards away. I mean, especially these nights, we've had some really calm, still nights. If he's not within 200-300 yards, I'm cranking it and I'm going to pull him from 800. And we've seen many Fox come from big wide open field, 600-700 yards away, all the way across the field. And you're like, wow, I can't believe it heard me. But if you get that sound out there and they're hungry, they're going to come. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Well, that's something I've noticed this year over the past. We may not have seen as many Fox, because I feel like we've seen maybe more Fox last fall for the opening week.
Yep.
Even though we fought harder conditions last year.
Yep.
Last year we had a lot more rain, a lot more fog, a lot more things, but it seemed like the Fox were a little hungrier. Maybe like
last year.
Yeah,
yes.
maybe like the summer was not as good for them as far as eating this year.
We had a drought last summer. The whole summer it was drier than dry, and that don't help any of the prey species. You know, rabbits, the rodents. I mean, it's tough on them too, breeding wise. This year it was the perfect conditions to grow the prey items. Your rabbits, your rodents, your birds. I mean, I've never seen so many rabbits as I have this year. I mean, just alone in the yard every night, there's rabbits everywhere. And I really think that's what these Fox are tuned in on this year, is eating rabbits.
Well, absolutely. It's definitely been a different year.
Yes.
Been good. It's been good. I mean, we've been consistent every night. There's no complaints at all.
I'm not going to complain, you know.
We put a lot of pressure on ourselves to kill. That's what I come up here for. Junda puts a lot of pressure on himself right out the gate. But once we get that first Fox down, it's almost like a weight's off the shoulders, and we just kind of cruise. You know, if we see more animals, we see more animals. So a couple years ago, we started hunting the West Texas Big Bobcat. And in doing so, Junda flew down. We hunted it, and I told myself before he came, I really wanted to get my own 17 WSM. Reason being, And I'm gonna have Jonah go into this a little bit, because being a fox hunter, a lot of guys, you know, they always recommend different calibers and different things. Jonah's been very consistent with the caliber he uses, and when he recommends it, it's one of those things that you want to listen to. So what is the reasoning behind wanting to actually run a 17 WSM over, let's say, a 17 HMR or 22 long rifle, or a 22, you know, as Josh Manning shot a 22 Winchester mag,
yep.
You know, something like that.
I've shot a bunch of calibers when I first started doing this. You know, went through the 17 HMRs, 22 mags, 223s. You know, I mean, that's what it was available when I first started. There wasn't, you know, all these cool calibers that we have now, the WSM, you know, a little bit of the bigger rounds, the 22 Nas or 224 Valkyrie. I mean, none of that was around, so I made do with what I had. And the HMR at the time when I started was the caliber. They preached about it. This was the Fox caliber, you know, and coyotes. I didn't like it. I had way too many fox, shoot them right in the heart. They go flying in the air, they run, you never find them. This gun now, the 17 WSM, I can't talk anything bad about it. I mean, it does everything I want to do. It's not a long range gun. I'm comfortable. I don't like pushing over 150, and even that stretching. I like animals 100 yards and under, and to me, it makes me work them for everything they've got. I don't need to shoot them at 200-300 yards, 400 yards that some guys do. I want them almost at the call, because to me, that means I fooled them hook, line, and sinker, and they're dead. And that gun will do everything I want to do. 100 yards and under, that animal's dead every time. Coyotes, fox, it don't matter. I've killed more coyotes with my WSM than any big caliber I have. You shoot them right in the chest, you shoot them right behind the shoulder. Sometimes they run, but they run 5-10 yards and they fall over dead.
Hey, the other night I shot one with my 224 Valkyrie right in the heart, and it ran 60 yards into the right, yep. 5 yards into the brush.
Yep.
I bring a big caliber just for longer fields. I still only have a 50-yard zero, but with this flat shooting 224 Valkyrie, from 50 to 200, it's still a hold and pull the trigger.
It's right there.
Now on Fox, and this happened to me this week, especially running digital optics. I am running my digital optic, but I've been running it in day mode with red light, because the video quality is just so freaking cool. And I'm gonna be sharing a lot of that. I think I have close to 100 videos.
Yeah.
Overall, just random, them coming in, some busting us, some doing this. I've taken a lot of videos. I have switched over to IR on some occasions for some long shots, just to get a little bit better clarity, because the turbo IR, obviously, in the Coyote Canon is going to shine further than the red LED in the Canon. So,
well,
being able
quality,
to send out
video quality, it's crystal clear.
Right, for being able to zoom in as well and get that extremely good image quality. But regardless, you're always running your 40 cap headlamp.
Always.
No matter what, it's always a headlamp scanning, always red light, and that's why I love hunting Pennsylvania. So with the 224 Valkyrie, though, it is not forgiving on fox if you hit them in the bone. If you are wanting to skin and save fur, I don't recommend running 60 above a 50, even probably a 40 grain bullet, unless you're hitting perfectly right behind the shoulder, blowing through them. You hit the shoulder, hit any bone, and as you look in the picture from last night, he was looking right at me, and I mean, I blew out its whole back. I mean, this is 17 WSM. You're going to get pretty fur. You're not going to have it blown up. You want to save them high.
Barely see the entrance.
Now that goes back to grain bullet. You know, you didn't bring up grain bullet, but preferably we shoot 20 grain.
20 grain bullet out of the 17s. Yep.
What and why is that? What makes you want to shoot a 20 grain over maybe a 15 or a 25?
You know what? I'm not a huge gun guru, guys. I don't get crazy with ballistics, this, that, and the everything. I've tested different grain bullets. I found that the 20 grain hits the hardest. I've shot the 25s, and I've had a lot of run for whatever reason. Don't ask me why. It makes no sense to me, because you think, oh, number five grains hits a little harder. For whatever reason, that 20 grain Hornady goes in, it's lights out. You put it where it needs to be, it's lights out on them. And that's why I've had success with. That's what I'm going to run.
Having sex with what? What were you having sex with? Easy. Let's get them words out, bud. We don't need it. It's PG-13.
Oh, okay.
PG. Keep it PG. We do have plans to go out with Jaden again tonight.
Yep.
We're going to try to roll around tonight. This is the first year we've had a sit down. We've talked about it. We've talked about doing a sit down, have a chat, kind of talk about the things we do, what makes hunting PA successful, and why I like it so much. you know, a lot of guys ask me, man, why aren't you guys running thermal scanners, or why aren't you running, you know, just night vision and stuff on stands? Because a lot of these animals are educated. I'm gonna tell you what, when you go from season to season, and Junda tears them up, what, 120
something last year.
123 fox, I think it was.
And like
red fox in general. Not, we just had this conversation a second ago about distinction between grays and reds, but fox. Okay, so he shot 123 fox in 4 months.
And I think we were at 16 or 18 coyotes last year too.
So when you think of that, that's all red lights called in. Now, if he's running his digital night vision and an IR, that's on the gun, but he's still scanning with his 40 cap headlamp with a red light. So a lot of guys claim that you can't kill with that anymore. It's not possible.
And the only reason I've gone, you know, digital night vision I have on my 22 Nosworth is simply for the fact of filming purposes. That's the only reason.
And we do educate fox. we have. So it's nice for late season when you go call some spots.
But here's the thing: I'm still scanning them with a red light, no matter what.
Yeah.
I might have it on the dimmest setting I can get away with just to pick them up, and as soon as I get eyes, I'm on the gun. But I still scan with red. I don't own a thermal scanner.
Wait, you don't own one?
I do not own one.
I was always under the impression that you had one in your back pocket all the time.
There's been comments I've heard through the grapevine for the last couple years. Guys, I don't own one. You want to come to my house and rummage through my house? I don't own a thermal scanner. I just don't. It's not my style of hunting. It's not fun for me. The only reason I predator hunt is because it is fun. It is my addiction, my passion. I love it. And
you're not an eradicator.
No, I don't care. I do help property owners. I get calls year round, coyotes, this, that, and the other thing. I do not care about eradicating them because I'm a predator hunter. Why do I want to get rid of the thing that I love to hunt the most? Population control, absolutely. We have more fox in this area than anywhere I've hunted in the state.
I'm amazed that we come back every year.
And the numbers are always even better. Every year they keep getting better.
Absolutely.
They really do.
And one of the misconceptions is people think that, you know, you need to go with a certain kind of a certain thermal, or you need to run night vision, you know, to be successful. Guys, in reality, what pushes me to even want to come here is the challenge. It's the challenge of being able to still go out with lights and kill animals that a lot of guys say nowadays that you can't do unless you're running thermal. And for me, I don't care if it's deer hunting, I bow hunt.
Yep.
Guys go, you don't go out with a rifle? No, I bow hunt for the challenge. It's the challenge. And as an industry, I think a lot of people are starting to miss the point of the challenge. You know, we got into hunting because one, it was either passed down to us or somebody introduced us to it, and we enjoy it, and we got into doing it, and then it became where it's like, oh my gosh, I could get something for doing this. So then we lose that passion for the reason why we do it, and we do it for the wrong reasons.
Yep.
And that's one of the reasons why I love Junda. A lot of guys ask me to come out and hunt with them. A lot of people ask me, you know, like, hey man, next time you're up, Junda. It's not that I don't want to hunt with these people. I do. I want to see how they call. I want to see how they hunt. I want to see how their areas produce. But sometimes a lot of people are clout chasers, and I don't like clout chasing. And at the end of the day, I want to have fun doing what we're doing, and I don't want it to be work. Can it be work? Absolutely. That's why you guys, when I'm out hog hunting at home, I have a thermal scanner, because there's nights when it becomes eradication. And I love eating pig, but when the farmer calls me up and says, hey, you need to start knocking down some pigs,
They gotta go.
They gotta go. I mean, I'm not gonna lose ground over a farmer being mad because the hogs are rooting up their food.
Yeah, because I only want to shoot one or two. No, I mean, they're out there. That's what I come down. But we scan with thermal. It's the way to pick them up, but we still shoot with night vision because a lot of cows in Texas,
or
guys.
red lights, baby.
Yeah, or red lights. We've shot them with red lights.
Ashley's parents came down a few months ago, and they wanted to go out, and I said, hey, you guys want to go run red lights? I'll run the camera, and we'll just video red light hunting.
Yeah.
And I just got my 350 Legend. I'm running a day scope on it, and everybody killed with the red light.
Yeah.
Everybody killed the hogs with red light, and it was fun.
Well, you can. You'll spook hogs with red light.
Oh, you probably. And once again, it depends on how educated they are.
Absolutely.
So, but at the end of the day, I guess the moral of the story is do it because you enjoy it. Do it because it's fun. Do it because the camaraderie. You know, one of the guys up in the North Country, he hunts Ohio, Michigan, Illinois. He hunts a little bit of everything, but his name's Mike Jennings. Mike Jennings is always out there. He will hunt a tournament just to go drink coffee at the weigh-in. He don't care if he kills a coyote or anything. He loves the camaraderie of the guys in the predator scene, talking hunting, talking thing, and that's what it's supposed to be about.
Yep.
We're losing sight. I mean, deer hunters, hog hunters, predator hunters, it doesn't matter. Everybody wants to be somebody. Don't try to be somebody. Be you and be the best you. That's one thing I love about Alec. He's trying to be the best him, and you know, we look at other people and what they're doing, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to him. We do us at the end of the day. If we're successful, we're successful. If we're not, we're not. Now, do the numbers speak for themselves when we go out and have a good time? Yes. But at the end of the day, if we don't kill anything, it's still usually a good time.
We go to bed and do it again.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Now, do we get frustrated? Absolutely. We want to kill stuff because that's the passion.
Yep.
That's the desire to want to go out and be successful.
My goal is every night is can I fool a couple? If I can fool them into 50 yards or under, then that's my thing. I want to fool them hook, line, and sinker and see how good I am. Because again, no matter what. Yes, fox aren't as, I'd like to say, smart as a coyote, but you get a fox late season who's played the game, he might give you a look. Is he going to run the call over? No. So how good are you to get him to break onto the call? And that's what I love doing it for. It's a challenge.
So this is a pretty female.
Yep.
She's beautiful.
Yep.
What do you do with most of your furs?
There's no secret, guys. Fur prices suck. I mean, red fox are bringing maybe prime season $5 a fox. Normally it's about $3. Thank God I have a really good guy down the road from me. He's a trapper, older gentleman. He loves to trap. He loves to trap, put fur up. That's his thing. He's been doing it since a kid. He's got a passion for it. And he's retired now. He still does it. And I give him kudos that he still wants to go out there at 3 a.m., get up and go check trap lines. It's cool. And what's great for me is I can shoot these fox and drop them off in his driveway, and he's going to use them. He's going to skin them, and he's going to make a couple bucks off of them. So, to me, the animal's being used, and works out perfect. Coyote-wise, every coyote that we shoot, I normally skin out, tan, they get hung in the house. Just because every coyote to me has a different pattern to it. It's kind of cool to see the different.
Except for this year's coyotes, they're all mangy.
lot of mange this year.
And we've seen a lot of mange on some of the foxes.
And I blame that on the increasing population of the coyotes.
Yeah,
I really do.
In this area, you're starting to see it. I mean, we've had one in the back field over here. You got one on camera.
He's on camera every couple nights. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, you got the coyote population, but not being a coyote caller, you're not targeting them.
No.
So you come out here, especially as the temperatures start to drop.
They're gonna get hungry.
They're gonna get hungry, and you're gonna end up dropping the coyotes from the backyard at some point.
Well, we shot 3 already this year. I mean, this week.
4 technically, because I dropped one, and we didn't find it, but it dropped.
Well, that one, the one with Doug, and then the one the other night you shot. We got 3.
Is it 3 total?
3 total.
That was 4.
Nope, 3.
I thought I had 3 coyotes down now.
Yep. No.
See, forget numbers. Tomato. Yeah. So, but as far as PA predator hunting goes, guys, there's no secrets. Like there really isn't.
No.
You get out there, you push buttons, and you grind. And you can't get discouraged if you're not seeing anything. They just may not be there that night. You know. And okay, so here's a better one. How often do you call certain spots? As far as frequently, you have a lot of stands. I mean, you do. You worked your butt off to get stands. So we hunt multiple different areas. We can hunt new ground almost every night.
Yep.
But as far as recalling a good spot, one of the spots we usually call is a banger spot. But we've called in 4, 5, 6 dogs and fox there when I'm here.
Here's my thing with spots. If it's a banger spot and it's in one of those areas that you have constantly fox moving through, I ain't scared to call it every 2 nights. I'm really not. If you go in, kill 1 or 2, give it a night break, and go back in there, boom, you got another pair. Here alone at the house last year, I killed 16 just at the house here. It seems like I just can't get rid of them. You know, you shoot a pair, next 2 nights, boom, another pair shows up. And over the years, you just learn what are high traffic areas and what stands are. There's probably one living here. You kill them, I might not come back for 2 weeks. You know,
well, there's something else you have here that kind of keeps them around. You have livestock.
I do have livestock, and we've noticed on a lot of the stands that we hunt that people have sheep, chickens, ducks, whatever, not only for the fact that there's livestock that they might try and kill, but when you have livestock, you have feed. What brings in feed? Rodents. There's always food. If you got those spots that there's always food, you're gonna have predators. I mean, that's just the way it goes.
We hunted a stand the other night, and she has a little 10-acre farm.
Not even.
And it is literally you hunt a triangle. Okay, it's not big, it's very tight. We actually called in a fox. We couldn't get a shot at it because
they didn't cut the field for me.
They didn't cut the field, so the grass is kind of high. And this fox came in, and we both watched it finally come in. And let me mind you, these people like to go outside, walk around, play with their dogs while we're there. So it's not like it's just an easy stand to call something in.
But it's been a good stand over the years.
It has. It's a good stand. It always seems to produce a fox for some reason. Yeah. But the reason is because it has food there. It always has food. So if you have the ability to get out, research some of your local farmers, see what they have, and talk with them. Be like, hey, I don't know if you have a problem, maybe losing your chickens, losing some livestock, but I would love to help if you don't mind. I'll be quiet, in and out, but be respectful of the land. There's a lot of people that ruin it for others for not being respectful.
That's the problem. If it's a rainy night or whatever, and you got to drive out in the field, and you think you're going to tear the field up, just don't do it. Just if you got to walk, hey, some nights I got to walk 300-400 yards out to a stand. Okay, you know what? Whatever. Once it gets cold and the ground's hard, you could drive wherever you want. But if it's muddy, be respectful to your landowners, because they don't want to have to go out there the next season when they're running their tractor and hit a big rut that you made. It's just not worth it. It's not. But
Israel, is there anything else you'd like to add before we close this up? It's been good. This is a very informative little video we got here. This is going to be, we're going to call it Sitting Down with Junda.
Works for me.
So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this was informative for you. I will be sharing all of the videos from this trip, the misses, the good, the bad, the ugly. There was a miss from last year that Junda hates that I share. It's a good video though, but he ended up missing and then killing it, so it worked out good. But we
don't sugarcoat anything.
We don't, because
it happens.
You have to share the misses, and with all the technology and these scopes nowadays, if you're not hitting record and capturing the hunt, there's really no excuse.
Just go to a day scope.
Yeah, I mean, there's no excuse. There's too much technology where literally all you have to do is push this button right here and I'm recording. You can always delete video than not have the video at all.
Yeah, you can't recapture it after you pull the trigger.
It's memories. You know, you get to look back on those hunts. You get to see how the animal reacted. Last night, we actually had the one fox I shot last night. He came in downwind.
Yep, straight down.
Stopped at just shy of 100 and sat down.
And was cocking his head.
Oh, I hear that over there, but I'm not gonna go. And I said, you want me to shoot it? Shoot it. Put it right in his chest, dumped it. Done. But I'll be able to go back and watch that hunt over again. So with the technology that's out there, guys, if you have the ability to save these hunts, I don't care if you're taking a kid hunting, you're taking anything hunting, get out. I've been running, this is our new Ronin, okay? I'm gonna leave this scope here with Junda so he can play with it. But we also run day scopes. This isn't, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get in it and have fun and enjoy the outdoors. A lot of guys say, go this or go that or do this or do that. You don't need to do all that. They didn't start just straight out the gate there.
No.
They started doing this. Probably with a white flashlight at that. So learning the animals, learning how to hunt, learning their movements, learning all that is super important, and it's what makes it fun. So is there anything else you'd like to add before we close this out?
No, I'm just thankful you came up. It's been a good week. Thankful to all the guys that we get to hunt with, the landowners, that properties we hunt. I mean, it's been good. I had zero complaints about this whole week.
Oh no, it's been great.
Yeah,
it's been stress-free. Just a little pressure we put on ourselves to be successful.
And you know what? All that is hey, you want to be the best you can, and that's it. But at the end of the day, listen, if I don't kill a fox, I'm not losing sleep over it. I'm going to go out the next night and grind even harder and kill a couple. That's just the way it is. This shouldn't be work. This shouldn't be a job. This is fun. I mean, if you don't enjoy doing it and you're like, oh, I gotta go call again tonight because I have to kill something, then take up tennis or something. I don't know, but it's fun. It should be fun. I've laughed this whole week. We've had awesome conversations with buddies, laughing our butts off. I mean, that's what Predators hunting is about. It really is.
Yep. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the videos.